Okay, so we are in the topic of data visualization, making use of ggplot2. So far, we have learned that ggplot2 is based on the grammar of graphics, where plots, geometric objects, statistical plots are done via layering. So yung first layer natin, we learned yung first component natin is the data. And then you have the mapping. Yung mapping, ang linalagay dyan yung X and Y axis natin. Pwede rin natin ilagay dyan yung size, yung shape, yung color ng data natin. No? And then we have also geometric objects. Okay, this will now give the shape to the data that we want to plot. So we have learned so far about the 5 named graphs, the 5 most popular or important graphs. Well, the others are also important, but ano yung lima na yun, guys? Can you kindly sound off? What are these 5 named graphs? Yung una natin is, and one, review, guys. What are these 5 named graphs that we have studied so far? Yes.
Scatter plots,
Yes, thank you.
histogram, plots.
Yeah. Thank you. Good, good. So there are the scatter plots, then you have the line plots, then you have the histogram, then you have box plot, and you have bar plots. We said that, excuse me. We said that these plots correspond to particular data types. So for example, yung scatter plot, dapat parehong quantitative yan. It's for bivariate data. Dalawang data natin na pinaplot natin sa X and Y axis. Sa regression, guys, which we're going to learn later on, ang pinaplot natin usually sa X axis is your independent variable. Tapos yung sa Y naman yung dependent variable. Okay, so far we have looked at that. And as we progress, guys, we're going to look more into the different components, like yung themes, like yung coordinates, etc. So we'll have a quite comprehensive, simple but comprehensive learning about ggplot2. And then by next week, we're going to learn also how to make use of other packages combined with ggplot2 to create interactive plots. Then after that, we're going to now go into data wrangling, where we're going to use dplyr and tidyverse. We have already started doing that, in fact, learning dplyr. Remember the pipe operator? Okay, and we're going to continue learning that towards the up to the end of the term. Okay, so I hope you have already accessed or imported the bike share. So let's, I'll quickly run. I have run this, guys, so let me just run the head. First six rows. Okay, so these are the variables. And getting the summary, guys, gives us the 6 number summary, including the mean. And then the structure of the data, we can use the glimpse. This is coming from dplyr. Okay, so it uses a summary of the structure of our data frame. Okay, so we have integers, we have characters. Okay, the count of the sales is in this under this variable count, and it's an integer. Okay, so you have also quantitative decimal places. Okay, okay. So we started looking at this last time. Okay, so notice also that our temperature is in decimals. Okay, so what we had to do was first to convert this by multiplying it by 100. So in this chunk of code, we are creating a variable temp C. Okay, so this is meant to an additional variable in the bike share data frame, and it's created by multiplying the bike share temperature by 100. So if we run this, notice that there's another there's another variable, temp C, and it's temperature in centigrade. Okay, we multiplied, the temp is still there. Okay, had we used this code bike share $temp, then it would have replaced the temperature. But we use another variable. Okay, is that clear, guys? Had we used temp only here instead of temp C, then it would have replaced the temperature here. So mawawala tong temp, mapapalitan na ng temp na may multiplied na times 100. Okay. Okay, so we're also asked to rename the count column with sales using the pipe operator. Okay, question lang guys, were we able to reach this point? Kasi I'm using the file of the other section. I just want to be clear. If we reached up to this point last time. Okay, thank you. Good. So we're renaming, guys. Thank you. Okay, we're renaming the count variable using the dplyr, guys, using the pipe operator. So this is how it goes. We create an object called bike share, and then we start with bike share, the data frame, and then we rename. Okay, we rename the count variable into sales. Okay, and then let's take a look at the first 6 rows of bike share. So let's run this. And if you notice, guys, the count variable has been replaced by sales variable. Okay, so it's very easy to do that in dplyr, okay, using the pipe operator. So far, previously, guys, we learned how to ano yung mga na pag-aralan natin, guys, dati using dplyr. When you want to subset, guys, the rows, anong pinipili natin? Anong function yon? Anyone? If you want to just choose some specific rows, what was the function for that? Do you recall, guys? Paki-chat or paki-unmute yourself. If you want, for example, just to choose particular rows, kunyari, row 10 to row 20 lang, okay, we can still use dplyr. Okay, but what will be the function here? Anyone? Okay, nakalimutan nyo na. Sige, I'll leave you guys for you to review that, yung mga previous ano natin. Kasi it depends on the verb that we're using, it depends on the function that we're using. We can use select, rename, okay, filter. So marami yan, maraming verbs, functions ang pwede natin magamit sa dplyr. So it depends on how you want your data to be sliced, no? Okay, so okay, now first we're going to use the in plotting we can make use of ggplot, or we can make use of the plot function coming from the base. So when you download R, when you make use of R, meron siyang base function na plot. So let's take a look at this first. Let's run this. Okay, so nasa help natin. So yung plot natin, guys, may pinanggagalingan yan sa graphics package at saka sa base package. So let's just take a look at the the plot function from the base package. Let's run this. Yeah, generic XY plotting. So yung syntax niya, plot, then yung first variable, yung first natin dapat X, and then Y, and then there are several arguments, other arguments that you can make use of. So my type, my main para sa labels to, no? Title, subtitle, label ng x-axis, label ng y-axis, at saka yung aspect ratio. So there are different ways to let's say improve on your, add details to your plot function. Okay, so this is outside of ggplot. Okay, yung plot function, it comes from base R, as you can see here, plot, and then this is coming from base R. So may mga examples sa baba. Okay. There are some examples here that we can make use of. Kunyari, itong sine function. Okay, so plot yung yung x, y, at saka I think this is the limits, no? Hanggang 2 times pi, from negative pi up to 2 times pi. Okay, so several examples that you can run. For example, guys, ito, subukan natin to, copy natin to. Kahit ito na lang, Control C, and then sa console na lang natin i-run, Control V, and then Control Enter, and then it will give us the sinusoidal curve. No? Okay, where your x is your value, the value of your sine, your y-axis is negative pi. Okay, 2 times pi is, okay, this is malabas na limits to ng x-axis, no? Okay, anyway, hindi naman yan ang pinaka-ano natin, no? But this is just to illustrate how you can create plots out of the plot function. Okay, so here, let's try that. Let's try using plot. So basic plot lang natin. Gamitin natin si X, yung temperature C natin, at saka si Y natin will be yung sales natin. Okay? So what will happen, guys, if I don't include bike share here? What will happen if I don't include bike share here? Let's copy this. Let's see first what will happen. Kung hindi natin ilalagay si bike share, Control C, Control V. Okay, let me remove this. I'm removing the bike share, the data frame. Okay, if I plot this, guys, mag-error tayo, no? Kasi hindi na iintindihan ni R kung sino yung temperature C na yan at saka si sales na yan. It does not appear here in our data. So we have to identify that by ilalagay natin yung bike share natin, $sign, to identify that that's coming from your bike share data frame. So if we plot this now, magpa-plot na siya. Okay, clear yan, guys? Paki-chat so far kung clear. Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, is it possible, guys, to plot this without writing the bike share there? Answer? Pwede. Pero kailangan may code tayong ilalagay. Kailangan i-attach natin, so hindi required to, no? Attach dapat to. Attach. Okay. So if we run this, Control C, lagay ko na dito, Control V. Okay, so we're now attaching bike share. Control Enter. So we have already informed R that from this on, we're referring to any variable that we're referring to is part of bike share. So let me run this again. Control C, Control V. Tapos tanggalin natin si bike share. Okay. So here, I'm not including bike share anymore. R will understand that kasi in-attach ko yung bike share dito. So if I run this, i-delete ko muna to ha. Okay. If I run this, nabasa niya, no? It was able to generate this plot even if bike share was not defined dun sa variable natin. Precisely because we attached it here. The only disadvantage here, guys, is that it's okay to use this if you're only making use of one data frame. Okay, but if you're making use of other data frames also, it's not advisable to use this. Okay. Also, I prefer not using this. I prefer still defining the code with its with its data frame. No? Mas preferred ko yun. Now, also, if you have done that, guys, make sure that if you're going to use other data frames, you have to detach yung data frame na yan. Okay, you have to detach it so that you can use other data frames. Okay. So if I run this again, na-detach ko na siya, di ba? Control C, Control V. I'll run this again. It will no longer run. No? Kasi hindi na natin reference yung bike share. Okay? Is it clear, guys? Any questions? Clear ba? Paki-chat. Okay, good. Okay, so again, guys, it's convenient if you're going to make use only of one data frame. Okay naman yun, i-attach yung data frame na yun so that you don't have to keep on repeating the data frame when you let's say when you plot, no? Kasi kailangan i-identify natin yan. Pero pag ggplot, guys, hindi na kailangan kasi sa unang-una pa lang, dinidefine na natin yung data, okay? If you recall. Okay, so let's continue. Okay, I don't know if now what if it was interchanged? Kasi di ba ang default niyan si X at saka si Y. So in this chunk of code, guys, I didn't put X, I didn't put Y. R will correctly read this as your X and this is your Y. So if you plot this, okay. So if you notice now, your X-axis is your sales and your Y-axis is temp C. Ay, temp ba yun natin? Sorry dapat temp C to. Sorry guys. It should be temp C. Okay. All right. Okay, let's move on. Now let's plot, guys. Let's continue plotting the same sales in your x-axis and temp C in your y-axis. And then let's put some labels into it. Sabihin natin, x-axis natin will be temperature, y-axis will be sales, and then let's put a main title, and then let's use a plot character. Okay, let's use a plot character. Remember this, guys, in plot character, there are different plot characters. Okay, I'll give you 1 minute to work on this. Okay, give it any name you want. Siyempre, dapat yung pangalan nyo, it should be descriptive. It should be related to what you're plotting. Here we're plotting on our x-axis yung sales natin. On your x-axis yung temperature C. Okay, and then on your y-axis will be your sales. So just give it names that you want. What will be the name for your x-axis? What will be the name for your y-axis? And then give it main title, and then use a plot character of 1. Okay, I'll give you 1 minute to do that, guys. Okay, and then we'll compare. Okay, are you done, guys? Kindly chat if you're done. Finish, guys? Okay, sige. Let's compare, guys. Okay. It's always helpful to seek help from R. Okay, so remember this question mark plot. Kanina ginawa natin yan. Okay, sabi natin, ito yung main arguments ng plot function. Plot x, y, and then there are additional arguments. And we can define the type, kung points siya o lines or both. No? Pag default nito guys, pag hindi natin linagay, katulad kanina, it's always points. Yan ang default natin. And then here you have labeling main, okay? Main. Then you can put here a subtitle, X lab, Y lab, then aspect ratio. So here, I'm putting here yung X natin, temperature, yung Y sales, and then X lab, temperature in centigrade, Y lab sales. Dapat naka-coach yan. And then main, daily bike rentals by temperature, and then PCH, you can identify the plot character. PCH is equal to 1. So if we run this will be how our plot will look like. No? Ito yung X lab natin, temperature in centigrade. Ito yung Y-axis natin, sales. This is our main, daily bike rentals by temperature. Okay? So this is our plot. And then this is our plot character, PCH. Plot character 1. They are circles. Okay. Then may I invite you guys, there some quick, kindly open this site, some quick help on the different plot characters. Okay, so quick guide to PCH symbols in R. There are 25 all in all. 25 yung default symbols. So ito yung ginamit natin, yung 1. Okay. 1 is quite similar to 20, only that si 20 black, solid black siya. Si 21 naman, may outline siya na black, tas blue yung laman sa loob. No? Okay, you can experiment on the different plot characters. Okay, so this source tells us, for example, itong plot na to, no? Maybe let's copy this. Copy natin to, tapos i-run natin sa console natin. Okay, so 1 to 3 daw. Ang plot character niya, 0, 4, 12. Okay, ang color, red, blue, at saka green. Line with 2, 4, 6. And yung positioning niya, 1, 2, 3. Yung lapad niya. Okay, let's run this. Okay. So this is your 2. 6, ba't gano'n yung 6 niya? Ano ba yung 6 natin dito? Okay. 6 is a triangle, no? Ganito ba yung nakuha niyo mga symbols, guys? Tama. No? Yan, similar. Square, an X, and a parang ano ba to? Parang matrix na box, no? Okay, so moving on, guys, you see that there are other characters pa, no? Ito. Okay, actually yung 32 to 126, ito yung mga laman niya, no? So that's up to 126. Yung letters start with the 65, no? 65 hanggang 90 yan. Yan. A to Z. Capital letters, 65 up to plot character 90. And then yung small letters, 97. Plot character 97 hanggang 122. Okay, so these are just some information about the plot character type in R. Okay, you can refer to this if you want to make use of particular plot characters. Okay, but usually, guys, itong mga characters na to ang ginagamit, no? 0, 4, 12. 12 pala to. Okay, any questions? Clear ba so far, guys? Okay, thank you. Okay, so let's continue, guys. Now, the next is include AB line. So this is the regression line with color blue and lowest line. Ano yung lowest, guys? Okay, ano yung lowest? So that's also regression. Okay, lowest smoothing, no? So ang pangalan niya, locally weighted scatter plot smoothing. Medyo mahaba yung pangalan. Okay, sometimes called lowest. Okay? So parang regression din siya, regression line, kaso hindi siya yung straight line. It's more of a curved line. Sinusundan niya yung path ng data natin. Okay, so let's do this para makita natin yung difference ng lowest. Okay. So I'm going to show you the code for that kasi first time yung mamimit to, no? So we have this one, yung sa previous, kinapilan natin to. And then let's introduce an AB line. This is a regression line. Then we will have to use this LM. What's LM? LM, this is used for linear model. Okay, and then your y-axis, this is your y-axis, which is your dependent variable. Tilde, okay, tilde, and then your x-axis. This should be temp C, sorry. Temp C to. Temp C. And then let's give it a colored blue. And then we can also make use of lines, no? Hindi LM, but ang gagamitin natin, lowest, no? Okay, this is the locally weighted, hindi ko kabisado yung meaning nun. Locally weighted scatter plot smoothing. Okay, yun pala yun. Locally weighted scatter plot smoothing. And then we identify this is your x-axis, and then your y-axis, and then we give it a color magenta. Okay, pakitry to, guys. Let's see how this will look like. Notice, guys, that in the next lessons, guys, I'm not going to give you the code, no? Sometimes I'll ask you to try to run the code, but most often times I'll ask you to write it on your own kasi para ma-practice kayo. Kasi in first lessons natin, I gave you the codes. There's a distinct disadvantage to that kasi hindi nyo napapractice yung kayo mismo sumusulat ng code. Okay, so how does your plot look like? So we have the plot, guys, the same plot that we have here. This one. And then we're superimposing here a regression line, a line, LM, linear model to, where your dependent variable sales is regressed on your independent variable temperature C. And we gave it a color of blue. And then lines not, another one, lines, lowest, okay, locally weighted, case, ano yung S ulit? Lagi ko nakakalimutan to. Locally weighted scatter plot pala. Okay. Scatter plot smoothing. Locally weighted scatter plot smoothing. So let's run this. I gave it a color magenta. Okay, but hindi nag-run si temperature C, like share sales. Okay, ang nag-run guys yung AB line. No? So this is our AB line. Rentals, rentals. Dapat sales to 5. Sales, temperature. Okay, let me just improve the... Okay. What happened guys sa plot nyo? Nag-run ba yung AB line nyo? May question dito. Yeah. I do not see the magenta line. Okay. So, tsaka bakit AB? Dapat the regression line should be like this. No? Let's check this. Huh? Tama yung AB line kasi sa AB line, ang riniregress natin yung sales dun sa this is Y, this is X. Dito naman, this should be X, this should be Y. Oh nga, wait ha. Sandali. Let me read your comments. No? So dito from sales, LM, lowest, okay. Dapat guys, dali dapat regression line to, dapat nakaslant yung ano natin. I wonder why I'm getting a different, sandali ano ko to, ila-line by line. No? That one. Oops, sorry, hindi. Dapat sabay. Mali ito eh. This should be a slanted line kasi regression line to eh. Saan ba ako nagkamali dito? AB line. This is correct. No? LM. Tama tayo eh. Ay, sorry guys. O, tama. Mali ako. No? Yeah. Dito sa plot natin, ang ginamit ko temp. So this is wrong. That's the reason why. Okay? So sorry guys, mali. I was wrong in identifying our x-axis. Dapat temp C, no? Okay, so my mistake, no? Correct. Thank you for pointing that out. Yeah, yeah, good, good. Okay, good. Yan, tama na to, no? So, temp C, tama? Okay, so let's just take a look at this again. So, this is the plot that we used a while ago. Ang X natin, temp C, ang Y natin, sales. Linagyan natin ng label, linagyan natin ng label si X-axis, si Y-axis, pati yung main. Okay? And then, plot character natin 1. And then, isusuperimpose natin si AB line, which is the regression line. Kasi yung regression line, guys, dapat it should look like this one. Dapat, ano siya, so sinusundan niya yung date, yung mga points, no? Okay, tama na to. Sa AB line, linear model ang gagamitin natin, regression line, where you identify first your y-axis, regress on your x-axis temp C, color blue, and then lines, this will be your lowest. Okay, identify muna natin si X, tapos si Y, tapos color magenta. This will be okay now. Yan, okay na, guys? You should be getting this, no? Okay, any questions so far? Clear na ba? Okay, good. Good. Take note, guys, ha? Plot pala yung ginagamit natin dito. No? Hindi pa tayo nag-ggplot 2, no? Although nag-ggplot na tayo dati, here I just want to illustrate that you can do simple plots using the plot function in base R. But of course, this pales in comparison as far as the capability and the robustness of creating plots as compared to ggplot. Okay, so if you take a look at this one, guys, this one, no? Ito na yung lowest natin. Okay, ito din yung ano, yung regression line natin. This is our locally weighted scatter plot smoothing, yung magenta natin. Okay, so let's continue, guys. Okay, sabi dito, create an object called P1 to plot bike share data with X temp C, and Y sales. Add this object to a layer to create a scatter plot. So here we're going to choose now ggplot 2 na tayo, no? So if you recall P1, so let's create an object called P1, alt, and then ggplot, di ba? Ano yung ano natin? Data is equal to bike share. Yeah. Tapos ano, guys? Ano susunod? Yung complete na code natin, mapping is equal to aesthetics, X is equal to, ano yung X natin? Temp C, okay? And then Y is equal to sales. Okay? So far identifies our data, and then our mapping x-axis, y-axis. I-run natin to, guys. Okay, may P1 tayo dito. Pero wala pang plot. Bakit wala pang plot, guys? Bakit wala pang nag-generate na plot? Anyone? Yeah, correct. Thank you. Thank you. So, thank you, John Abel. Yeah. Wala pang geom, no? Hindi pa natin na-identify yung geom. Okay, so let's add a layer to it. No? What's good about this is that pwede nating i-identify muna yung ano natin, yung ggplot natin, yung metadata natin, yung bike share natin, at saka yung x-axis natin. So P1, and then we will just layer that with geom. Ano, guys? Ano yung scatter plot? Geom 1. Pag scatter plot, guys, geom. Okay, geom point, correct, no? Geom point, diba? So don't forget that, guys. Okay. So what will happen if we yung P1 natin yung nasa taas, no? What's convenient about this is kung pareho lang naman talaga yung pinanggagalingan natin ng data at saka ng yung ano yung nasa x-axis at y-axis, then it's convenient also to do this. Okay, so that you don't have to keep on repeating yung ggplot2 na to. No? Okay, so let's run this. Ayan. So this is our ggplot2. ggplot for our geom point. Okay, if you take a look at the yung difference nito, no? Tsaka ito. Can we change this to look like this one also? Guys, pwede ba maging ang itsura nito is just like this one? Yes? Oh, ito naman. Parang ito yung guys, no? Create a scatter plot using plot character 1. Okay, I'll give you 30 seconds to do this. Same din, guys. Kasi nag-geom point tayo dito, no? Kaso hindi natin in-identify yung plot character. Okay, if you want a plot character equal to 1, so how will we now do that? Sige, I'll give you 30 seconds. Okay na, guys? Okay, so let's compare. We're still using P1, no? P1 plus, okay, geom point, then we just identify the plot character is equal to 1. Or you can use shape, no? Pwede rin yung shape, pareho lang yun. Plot character is equal to 1 or shape is equal to 1. So try natin to. Okay. So let's first run this, guys. Geom point, then in-identify natin kung ano yung kung ano yung plot character niya. Okay, and it will be the same as yung circles na walang shape. Okay, so similar to this one. Yung plot natin kanina. Or can use the shape. It's the same. PCH shape. Okay, pause muna ako. Any questions so far, guys? Clear ba? Questions? Kung walang questions, clear so far, guys? Paki-chat. Okay, good. Okay, thank you. Okay. Okay, next, let's continue. Okay, so here, parang yung sa taas kanina yung naglagay tayo ng AB line, no? Okay, add a regression line, smooth regression line without confidence interval SE to the plot above. So how do we do this? Okay, so we have here P1 plus the geometric point natin na plot character 1. And then, now notice, magdadagdag tayo ng another layer. Okay, it's a geom smooth, no? Geom smooth color is equal to blue. Let's take a look at this first, guys. Always, it's helpful, geom smooth. Okay, so i-run natin to. Okay. So guys, no? So let's take a look at this. Geom smooth. So here are the defaults niya, mapping, data. So ang stat niya, smooth, no? Position identity. So a lot of parameters here. Okay, SE is equal to true. That's the default. Ibig sabihin, ilalagay niya yung standard error. Okay, etc. So ang dami-dami pwedeng ilagay natin, ano? Okay, so you can take a look at examples here sa baba. I think may example dito. Okay, so this is a data set. Let's see if we can run this. Control C. Tingnan natin guys kung maran natin itong, although hindi pa natin na-access yung data na MPG. Let's see kung automatic siya. Okay. Okay, ito siya, no? Okay. So this is coming from the MPG dataset. Okay. ggplot. MPG dataset comes with ggplot 2. And then, pinat natin dito yung x-axis na display, displacement. Y-axis is highway plus geom point and then geom smooth. Okay, notice guys yung geom smooth natin. So ito yung geom point natin, ano? That's siya. Tapos ito yung geom smooth. Ito yung lowest kanina, no? Okay, so using method lowest and formula y-axis tilde x. Okay, so that's what the geom smooth does, no? So tingnan natin to guys. Let's run this. So geom point natin, plot character 1, and then geom smooth. Wala tayong linagay kundi yung color lang, no? Let's see what happens. Run natin to. Okay. All right, take a look at that, guys. Ang linagay natin sa geom point, geom smooth, color lang. Color is equal to blue. And what does this give us? Okay, una, yung default niya, is it the AB line, regression line, or the lowest yung binibigay sa atin? Take note guys, ito lang linagay natin, ha? Geom smooth, no? Is it the LM, the straight line, or yung smooth line na ang binigay sa atin? Paki-chat, guys. Okay, ulitin ko, ha. So, ang plinat natin si P1, di ba? Si P1 natin, ano yan? Si ggplot natin yan, data is equal to bike share. Data natin is equal to bike share. Tapos yung x natin, x-axis times c, si y natin si sales, di ba? So, that's our P1. And then here, we layered a geom point dun sa P1 natin. Plot character is equal to 1. That means yung mga circle siya na walang fill. Okay, and then geom smooth, linagay lang natin color is equal to blue. Okay, automatically, anong plinat sa atin ni R? Dun sa geom smooth natin. Okay, it's a lowest, no? Hindi siya straight line, hindi siya AB line natin, no? It's a lowest, okay, locally weighted scatter plot smoothing. Tapos, meron siyang confidence interval, no? Na SE. Standard error natin, 95% confidence interval na to. Okay, ibig sabihin, the real lowest value lies between this band of values. No? Okay, pero ang linagay natin, geom smooth, color is equal to blue. Ibig sabihin, nag-default siya sa lowest method at saka sinama niya yung si standard error. Okay, sinama niya yon, dinefault na yon. Okay, clear so far, guys? Ito mali ito, no? So kung ayaw natin ilagay, guys, yung ano, kung ayaw natin ilagay yung confidence interval, dapat SE is equal to false. Okay? So kung hindi kasama yung confidence interval, dapat ilalagay natin na SE is equal to false. If we run this, okay, wala na yung confidence interval. No? Okay? Pero kung gusto natin isama, pwedeng SE is equal to true or yung kanina, yung wala lang nakalagay. Ito. Control C, Control V, and then we can either write SE is equal to true or wag na natin ilalagay yon kasi automatically yan, guys, automatic na kasama yung confidence interval niya. There. Okay, any questions, guys? Clear so far ba? So just take note of yung mga defaults ni ni ggplot 2. Application nito, guys, later on pag pumunta na tayo sa application ng data science, which is regression. Makikita na natin kung para saan yung mga regression line na yan, yung smooth at saka yung straight line na AB line. Okay. For now, let's just be content with saying na given the data, pwede natin i-drawing yung LM niya o kaya yung lowest niya. Okay, let's continue, guys. Next. Ito naman. Instead of a smooth line, smooth plot, add to the scatter plot a regression line. Sige, I'll give you 30 seconds. Kasi yung una, in-smooth line natin, ano? Tapos ngayon naman, yung regression line lang, yung AB line kanina. Okay, so let's see. Try nyo muna, guys. 30 seconds. Okay, what did you use, guys? Okay, ano pa rin yan? Geom smooth pa rin yan, no? Geom smooth pa rin siya. Ano kayang method, no? What method are we going to use? Anyone, guys? Anong method? Okay, always helpful, guys. Balikan natin si Geom smooth natin, no? Okay, take a look at this. May example tayo dito. Geom smooth, ito na yung kanina. Method is equal to LM. Okay? Method is equal to LM. Ito na yung linear model natin, yung straight line. So, in order to generate a regression line, ito na yung code natin, guys. So P1 plus geometric point natin, plot character 1, and then we add the geom smooth. Method is equal to LM. Okay, method is equal to LM. Color is equal to blue. So let's run this. There. Okay, so kasi sinama niya yung standard error kasi nag-default siya, no? Okay, if you don't want that, sabi natin, if we don't want to include the standard error, okay, kailangan i-false natin siya. Run natin to. Okay, so wala siyang standard error. Okay. Personally, guys, I like including the standard error para makikita natin kung yung saan yung band ng 95% confidence interval natin. And this one. So that's our standard error. That's our 95% confidence interval. Okay, clear so far, guys? Clear? May questions ba? Clear tayo so far? Okay, good. Okay, thank you. Okay, now, superimpose nga natin ito, add to the scatter plot, both a regression line and a lowest line, guys. Okay, 30 seconds, kaya na yan. Mag-a-add lang tayo ng bali ng layers dun sa P1 natin. Meron tayong geom point, may geom smooth tayo, tsaka another geom smooth for the lowest, and the other one is for the line, regression line. So, okay, compare natin, guys, compare. Okay. So nagdagdag lang tayo ng layer, no? P1, geom point natin, plus geom smooth. Okay? Method is equal to LM. Tapos yung isa, ito pwede na hindi na ilagay, guys, kasi default naman yan. Pero pwede na ilagay. No? And then, what happens, guys, we're not writing SE is equal to false. Therefore, may ano to, no? May confidence interval to. No? Sabi natin, for geom smooth, the default is method is equal to lowest. No? Okay, so let's run this. Yan. Okay, so you have a plot of your scatter plot for your temperature C and your sales. And then you have your regression line. And then you have your lower weighted scatter plot smoothing line. Okay, any questions so far, guys? Clear so far? Okay. All right, so we have a few more a few more questions here. Okay. same plot as above. Of course, pwede nating baguhin guys yung plot character, no? So that will be very easy. Just change the PCH into, hindi pa pala to. Sorry, ito pa pala. How do we differentiate now by season? Kasi if we take a look at the data, buksan natin ulit si bike share. Data natin, as in season natin. Diba? 1 to 4 yan. So, to account for the different seasons, no? So, i-summary ulit natin. Season, no? Minimum 1, maximum 4. Okay? So, it's a... si season natin is... Let's see what type of data that is. Okay, it's an integer. No? Okay, it's an integer, si season natin. So, paano natin guys magagamit siya to... Okay. So, ang question ngayon, how do we now differentiate the season by color of the geometric point? Paano yan? In other words, guys, yung plot natin, yung plot natin na to, no? Paano natin siya ma-differentiate by seasons? Each number here has a season. So, paano natin i-layer na yung kulay ng mga dots natin will be by season? Okay, guys, 30 seconds. So this one, we would like to add scatter plot, and then yung next is differentiate the season by color of geom point. Try, please. Okay, so may question lang tayo dito, no? Balikan natin sandali yung there's a question here. Pag ginamit ko yung geom smooth na function, may error po ako nakukuha. Continuous variable cannot be mapped to shape run. Anong specific na line ng code? Okay, sige. Okay guys, may question lang dito. Let's address that question first. So sa geom smooth, no? May question lang, nagkakaproblema daw sa geom smooth. Okay, so let's start. Ito yung unang geom smooth natin. So gumana ba yung P1 mo? Okay, I assume that your P1 is working, no? Okay, so gumana yung P1. Okay. So to P1 we added, di ba, yung geom point, no? And then plus geom underscore smooth. Okay. Anong error yung lumalabas pag rinan to? Did all of you get this, guys? Yung sa geom smooth? Or may iba sa inyo nakakuha din ng ganong error? Jasmine, okay lang na for everybody yung ano, para makita din ng iba yung question. So let's try to work on that. So may question dito guys na yung geom smooth daw nagkaka-error. A continuous variable cannot be mapped to shape. Kasi ang ano natin, ang x-axis natin yung temp C, di ba? Dali. Tapos linear natin sa linear natin sa P1 natin yung geom point. Okay? So geom point okay lang naman, no? Jasmine, sa geom point okay ka lang. Okay. And then dito sa dito sa ano sa code na to nagkaka-problem ka. Could you copy yung ano mo, yung geom smooth na code? O, tama naman yung Okay, sige. Jasmine, i-decipher natin mamaya. Hindi ko alam kung bakit ba't siya nagkaka-error eh. But that should, yung iba guys, paki-chat na lang din kung okay naman sa inyo yung geom smooth nyo, gumagana naman. Okay. Sige, Jasmine, i-ano natin yung mamaya yan ha. Okay, sige. Thank you. Thank you for the feedback, guys. I don't know what's the problem, Jasmine. Pero tingnan natin, we have to retrace back no, kung ano nangyari. No? So, in the meantime, I'll move on first, Jasmine, ha? Kasi I might not be able to see what's wrong. Baka kailangan natin bumalik dun sa mga previous codes natin. Okay. So, sige guys, tuloy natin. So, I was asking you about differentiating it. So, pwede natin guys gawin na dun sa geom point natin, yung plot character natin, i-distinguish natin by season. No? So, with this geom point, okay, ilalagay natin na color is equal to bike share by season. So, here we're layering yung geom point natin, i-color natin siya by season. Since there are 4 seasons, 4 na color ang ilalagay niyan. Then on top of that is your geom smooth na LM and geom smooth na lowest. So let's run this. Okay. So we now see a plot where you have the regression line, you have also the lowest, you have the geometric, the scatter plot, and then yung scatter plot natin distinguished by colors. No? So itong mga red na to, most probably these are your, kasi 4 yung seasons natin, kung titingnan natin metadata, winter, spring, summer, or fall. So most probably, itong black na to, ito yung 1 natin, ito yung winter natin. And then itong green, most probably these are your summer. No? Ito yung summer natin. Okay, yung red, yung blue, pwedeng spring to. Okay. Tapos baka spring to, tapos fall yung blue. No? I'm just guessing, but we can trace that. No? So makikita natin yung sales natin differentiated by the seasons. 1, 2, 3, 4 yung seasons natin. So magkakaiba yung seasons natin and nag-default si R na yung one is black, the other is blue, the other is red, the other is green. Okay, any questions with this, guys? Did you get this? So dito, makikita natin yung distinction, di ba? Makikita natin na sa data visualization na to, yung concentration, the reason why I'm saying it's summer here, kasi ang summer naman talaga yung pinakamataas yung ano, no? Na, ay, sorry. Wait. Sorry guys, sorry. I'm sorry guys, naka-freeze pala yung ano ko, ano? Okay. So, back to the code, hindi ko napakita yata to. So, P1 plus plot character 1, tapos kinolor natin yung season. Bike share, $season. Okay, sinabi natin sa layering yan na babaguhin yung color ng season. And then pareho pa rin si geom smooth at saka si geom smooth na lowest. So we have this plot now. As you can see, nagbago yung mga colors ng season. No? 4 kasi yung season natin. If you check your data, okay, if you check your data, pag i-summary natin, dito ko na lang ilalagay. Okay, summary, dito ko i-run, no? Summary bike share. Okay, si season natin, okay, season is 1 to 4, no? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so kinolor niya by season 1, 2, 3, 4. Obviously, yung green, summer, kasi yan matataas yung temperature. Si red, ito yung winter, si black yung winter, tapos si fall, yung blue, tapos spring, itong red. No? And then yung matataas na temperature, which corresponds with higher sales then, yung mababang sales natin during winter. Tapos sa fall, generally nasa middle siya. Although sa fall may mga matataas din na sales, pero pinakamataas sa sales yung sa summer, generally nagko-congregate siya dito sa mataas yung weather, mataas din yung sales. And that's very understandable kasi syempre pag maganda yung weather, sunny, maganda mag-bike. Okay, any questions with this, guys? Clear to? Okay, yung code. Okay. So yung code, pinasok lang natin sa geom point yung color. No? Bike share, $season. Okay, clear yung code, guys? So clear so far, guys? Questions? Okay, so we have a few more. So ito binago lang guys yung plot character 20. So lagyan lang natin this PCH yan is equal to 20. Okay, so very easy to change the plot character. Okay. So ang plot character na bago, no? Okay, so you can change very easily, guys, plot character, color, etc. So that's very easy to do with ggplot. Okay, now let's do this. So matapos na natin tong create the same plot but differentiate the scatter plot by year. So what will happen, guys, if we do this? Okay, lagay pa rin natin plot character is equal to 1. Balik natin sa 1 kanina. And then, kasi yung year natin, guys, if you take a look at this one, yung year natin, let's see, year, integer din to, no? 0 and 1. Minimum 0 and 1. Okay? So, ang year natin kasi 2018 at saka 2019. No? Yung 0 yung 2018, yung 1 yung 2019. So, madidistinguish ba natin yung geom point natin by year? Color is equal to bike share dollar year. What happens here, guys? What happens here? Gumana ba yan? Gumana? Answer? Okay. Yeah, error siya, no? Bakit? Kasi hindi na nadidistinguish ni R yung 0, no? Okay, hindi niya na-distinguish yun. So binabase niya na yeah, correct, no? Color encodes as numbers must be positive. 0 is not positive, it's a neutral number. So what do we do with that? Palitan natin si 0, guys, no? So the value 0 could not be captured by color. So, ang remedy natin, to convert them, yung 0 and 1, pwede natin i-convert them by adding 1. So, by adding 1, guys, to the year variable, so let's create a variable, positive underscore year, bike share year plus 1. So, dadagdagan na lahat ng numbers doon. So, yung 0 magiging 1, yung 1 magiging 2. No? So, let's run this. So let's create another variable, positive underscore year. And then it will be yung bike share, yung year plus 1. Okay? So if we run this, kita natin meron ng panibagong, positive year. So yung 0, i-convert niya into 1. Tapos yung 1, i-convert niya into 2. Okay? So, may variable na tayo na positive year, yun ang pwedeng natin. Yun ang i-difference natin, no? So, P1 plus, this time, yung color natin, lagyan natin nga pala dito, plot character is equal to 1. Okay? Then, run natin to. Okay. So, this one, no? Okay. So, yung 1 natin, tapos 2. It tells us, guys, that sales increased over time. Kasi ito yung 2018 sales natin eh. Okay, so ito na yung 2019 sales natin. 2019, 2018. So sales has been increasing. Bike rentals has been increasing relative to 2018. Mas mataas yung mga sales natin ng 2019. Okay, clear yan, guys? Clear? Okay, so ito, guys, no? Yung next, this is just the same, no? Plot character is equal to 1. Dagdagan lang natin, guys, dagdagan lang natin ng plus. Okay, whereas kanina yung plot natin, iba yung pag-code natin, ano? Ito, another layer is to just put the labs, no? Label, no? Labs, X is equal to temperature, mali ito. This is not in Fahrenheit, this is in centigrade. Y is equal to sales. And then instead of using main, title dapat. Title, daily bike rentals by temperature. Then pwede natin lagyan ng subtitle. Sorry, 2011 and 2012 pala. And then caption, okay? Caption, FINSTAD ggplot lesson. And then plus, okay, hindi ko pa na-discuss to, no? Okay, it's already time, theme classic. Okay, theme classic. So paki-research guys yung different types of themes. Ayan, no? If you take a look at this guys, theme, may theme black and white, classic, dark, get, gray. Okay, so there are different themes. In fact, if you type it here, theme. Okay, yan. Theme, black and white, classic. Okay, you can try this guys. Ito yung mga non-data na plotting, no? So walang kinalaman sa data to. These are just defaults. So if I put theme black and white, okay, ira-run ko lang to guys ha. Let me just run this. Okay. Saan na yan? Okay, this one. Okay, so we have now labels. Meron tayong labels. Ito yung y-axis, x-axis. Okay, take note. Saan nagaling itong 2011 and 2012 na yan? Here. No? It's from subtitle. Nagkaroon tayo ng subtitle dito sa ilalim. And then yung caption natin sa ilalim is this one. Yan. May maliit na caption dito. Okay, so this is a pretty good way to plot. And then notice guys, theme natin black and white, no? Pwede natin baguhin to, theme. Okay, may choices tayo dito. Minimal, pag theme minimal. Okay, so iba yung ano ng minimal, ano? Okay, and etc. Alright, so you have may dalawang chunk of codes dito guys, hindi natin natapos ngayon. Just kindly run through this, no? And the next meeting, wala pa pala tayong quiz, we'll continue further with several other components of ggplot 2. Okay? So let me just stop recording. Thank you so much guys, and